What's up, you guys? It's your fit dog, aka Kristen Simone, and today is the day. My Mcat results came back today. I haven't checked them yet. I'm like really nervous, honestly. Before we even like go into what score I got, I'm just gonna go over with how I felt about the test. I'm gonna be honest, it was very hard. I feel like it was harder than my practice exams. But the funny thing is, the first time that I took it, I thought it was like not that bad, but I didn't do that well. So I'm feeling like since it's the opposite, hopefully I did like great. I don't know. At the end of the test, I was just like, you know what? It's in God's hands. Like, it is what it is. I did my best, and that's all that matters. So to anyone out there that is taking it again or taking the MCAT for the first time, just know that as long as you try your best is good enough for whatever school that you apply to. You know, you're going to find a school that's good for you, that fits you, that accepts you regardless of your stats, regardless of your numbers. And there's always room. So just do your best, and your best will be good enough for someone. At this point, I'm sweating. Like, I don't even want to know what I got. Like, I'm good. Grabbing my computer. I really don't like, what's wrong with me? I'm sweating. I don't want to know. I don't want to do this. I really don't. My computer's dead. It's great. Now I'm gonna go charge it. I'm gonna go find a charger. Found a charger. So now we're gonna look this up. Really, it's not that serious. Like, honestly, people who have not taken this test would think that I'm being extra. Who knows? People that have taken the test may think I'm still being extra. I don't think I am, because like I put in so much time and money for this. So like, I'm very nervous. Like, I'm normally not nervous about tests. Like, it's a freaking test. You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares? It's not real. Not who cares. But it's not real life. Like, this is not gonna determine, you know, what kind of doctor I'm gonna be. This does not determine my whole entire life. People are out here with life-threatening, you know, issues and conditions. On a serious note, people are out here dealing with some real stuff. So like, this is real, but I guess I'm trying to make myself feel better. I don't really know. But life is bigger than this test, okay? That's my point I'm trying to make. We're signing in. Okay guys, I'm looking at my results. So I scored a 505. That's not terrible, you know. Compared to my first score, I went from a 498 to a 505, so I increased 7 points. I will break down my individual scores. So in the Chem Phys section, I scored a 127, and that's in the 76th percentile, which I figured I would score like around that. I honestly thought I would have scored in like the 128 range. Cars, I did not do well. This is the thing. I kind of felt like I didn't do well in cars. I actually got a worse score than I did the first time that I took the exam. I got a 122, so that's like very low. I only scored in the 23rd percentile in that area, so that's very low. I don't really know what happened there. I feel like the passages were harder to follow in that instance, and I just didn't feel like I was following them as easy as I could. I know that time management was an issue for me. It was hard for me to read through the passages and complete all the passages in time. I did have to skip over the last passage in my car section, but I was kind of used to that because I was kind of finding myself doing that whenever I was doing my practice exams. So I mean, you know, it is what it is. It wasn't new to me that I had to skip a passage. Like, I remember answering like the last 3 questions of my practice exams in the car section, and I was having to like guess because I was gonna run out of time. So in my opinion, I was like, okay, I have the mindset where I would rather, you know, I would rather read through 7 out of the 8 passages thoroughly and make sure that I understand all the questions than have to rush just to try to like maintain time. So that's disappointing. I got a 128 in the biochem section. So I was also expecting that as well because I've been scoring high in my biology sections in my practice exams. And then I scored a 128 in the psych section, which is 79th percentile. So my altogether score was a 505, and I scored in the 64th percentile. So right now, if I were to say how I'm feeling, I feel like, you know, I increased 7 points, so like that's not bad. I was expecting a little higher of a score, to be honest. All of my practice exams were pretty high. I got, on my first practice exam, I scored like a 511, and then I scored like a couple 506s. So they kind of like jumped around a little bit, but I wasn't expecting like a 505. However, I'm not too disappointed because my score did increase, and it did increase by 7 points. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna find myself where I'm supposed to be, and this is all a part of God's plan for my life. And although I don't think that I am a great test taker, I don't think that this has anything to do with my ability to be a great doctor. You know, I do believe that scores aren't everything and numbers are not everything, because you have plenty of doctors out here that are book smart, but they don't know how to talk to a person. So I'm not upset. I'm not like super excited, not super stoked, but I'm not like sad either, because if you look at where I came from, I didn't do too bad, but I also felt like I studied enough to do better than this. So I don't know. I also feel like the car section kind of like killed me. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I was thrown off by this test because this test seemed like harder than my practice exams. It really did. So it is what it is, though. I can't change it. I'm glad that I finally have everything set in stone. This gives me a better idea on like what schools I have a shot at getting into, and you know, this just helps me, like I said, get a better idea of where I am, where I fit into these schools, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I have for you guys. So sorry if it wasn't as exciting as like other videos are, or I wish it would have been more exciting for me, like, you know, but sometimes I just feel like, you know, well, okay, no. In this particular case for the Mcat, I kind of felt like, you know, I kind of feel like maybe I'm just not that good of a test taker. Maybe, you know, that's just who I am. And like, I'm okay with that. That's the thing, like, I'm fine with that. My goal is to go to medical school on a full scholarship. So like, I was expecting an Mcat score that would help me achieve that goal. But like I said, everything works in God's timing, and I'm not gonna stress about it. At the end of the day, I tried my best, and given all of my other accolades and my GPA, I'm not too shook by this. But I still, at the end of the day, y'all, I still felt like I studied and like I really knew a lot of information, and I don't feel like my score reflected that. Maybe it was the car section, I don't know, because it is significantly lower than like my other scores, but I don't know. But it is what it is, and feel free to continue watching me on this journey. I wanted to, you know, record everything that I'm doing throughout this second go around. I'm applying to medical school again and really figuring out my course. So this is where I am. I'm happy that it's over. I'm happy that I did increase my score, and stay tuned for interviews.